imprisoned for 8 months on a murder and robbery charge at his former employer, Citadel Security, that he was later proved to be innocent of. As a result, he was continually denied employment. He decided he would get revenge on society. Dovzhenko claimed his first victim, his former employer and accuser, Vladimir Chekmak. He watched him for a month before turning up at his home dressed in a police uniform and lying in wait. When Chekmak returned home and opened his door, Dovzhenko shot him with a .12 caliber gun. Chekmak didn't die instantly, so Dovzhenko cut his throat before turning to a friend who had returned with Chekmak, Igor Karamov, and killed him too. Chekmak's driver, Andrei Lubikov, and fellow employee Sergei, who were also in the car, were injured. The same night, police officers interviewed Dovzhenko, but a search revealed no clues and his wife confirmed his alibi. After this occasion, he decided to get his own back on his former co-workers in the police. He believed that committing murder would worsen disclosure rates and get the responsible parties fired. His next victim was Valentina Gladilina, a market perfume saleswoman. 5 months after Dovzhenko's first batch of murders, he again dressed in a police uniform and met Gladilina at the entrance of her home, showing her a fake ID. Believing he wanted to discuss a theft, she invited him in. Dovzhenko shot her and robbed her with a pistol he bought from a friend. Dovzhenko used the same weapon in the murder of militia captain Alexander Kokin and his wife Ekaterina 2 months later, also wounding Ekaterina's mother. She later testified that Dovzhenko had an accomplice. After this, Dovzhenko simplified the way he chose his victims, buying newspapers and looking for sales ads. After finding the address of the chosen victim and working out which of his former police colleagues would look into the crime later, he prepared to kill, taking money and property as well. In September 1999, Dovzhenko killed Lyudmila Shevchenko and her son Sergei. She had been selling a video camera. 3 months later, Ivan Vakulino and his son Vitaly, selling a computer, were also killed. 6 months later, in July 2000, Dovzhenko killed his friend Vitaly Shumyakov, who had sold him the murder weapon and drew attention to its unique features. Shumyakov tried to blackmail Dovzhenko in exchange for his silence. Instead, Dovzhenko slit his throat. In December 2000, Dovzhenko shot down a police patrol. Officers Alexander Rakovets, Vladimir Fedorenko and Andrei Karpenko attempted to detain Dovzhenko, who was holding a shotgun and hiding a pistol in his shirt. As he approached the trio, he opened fire with both guns, killing the wounded on the ground. At the same time, a man named Yegorov was convicted for the murder of Vitaly Shumyakov, but Shumyakov's mother, Claudia Bondarenko, didn't believe this. She believed that the killer was a former soldier or policeman, and even believed it could be her son's friend Sergei Dovzhenko. She became Dovzhenko's next victim. To remove suspicion, Dovzhenko staged a robbery and assault of Bondarenko's neighbors, during which he killed Galina Ivanova and her granddaughter Tanya. The following year he killed Artur Frokov and Atso Simovich, who advertised a laptop in the newspaper. Dovzhenko killed 23 and left 3 more wounded in total. In May 2002, Dovzhenko was arrested for his last 2 murders. During his trial, he confessed to 19 murders. The Court of Appeal of the Donetsk region decided to recognize Dovzhenko as guilty of 17 murders. They considered the murders of Chekmak and Karamov to be justified. Witnesses Lubashev and Shacharov's testimonies were denied. Dovzhenko was sentenced to life imprisonment. In November 2003, he refuted his testimony and submitted a request to review the case. The verdict was upheld. Yegorov, the man falsely convicted for the murder of Shumyakov, died of tuberculosis in prison and was acquitted posthumously. When asked about his motives, Dovzhenko said, "Almost all murders were committed with one goal: to punish those who mock me. I wanted to punish the elders." He claimed that his false imprisonment for murder stole his future. 10. Adolf Seefeld.